And now we're going to go to the gradebook, and you'll see this is going to look quite a bit different. This is the new gradebook, and let's start on the term score. You see here's the in-progress grade. You're going to see the same information you saw before. Now, again, we'll work left to right. If I click on settings, you see I have some options here. Which students I want to see. So I want the sparkline graph, and that can be, see the question mark that came up here. This is also a nice new feature. Anytime you see that, when you hover over something, click on it. It'll explain what a sparkline graph is and how you can use that, as well as some navigation shortcuts. I do want that on. I do want the color coding for grades and for scores on as well. And I do want the save alert for sure. And so we're going to close my settings box. Now continuing to the right, if I select this one here, it's going to bring me just the assignment that I'm working on at this time. If I click on it, it expands back to everything, or excuse me, all assignments I guess would show up here. So we'll expand it to all of them. Posting, again, these scores won't appear until it's time to post at the end of the marking period. And you can see we have the score for all of our students. Again, at this point I can select a particular student, get more information on them. I can make some comments that will appear on the portal when they look at the gradebook there. You can see there's some box and whisker graphs here. Again, you see the question mark appeared, so if I click on it, it'll explain to me how to read the box and whisker diagram. And you can see, if we're looking at that Mr. Rockstar is definitely doing quite well in this particular area. And we click above his name, and that closes him up. And same, move down to wannabe. Now, the next step we want to do is we want to move to one of the standards. So we're going to go to organization. Now you notice there's another, you see these little codes here. These are, you see if I hover over it, it says it's a sparkline proficiency graph. And I'm going to open up the scores here. Now, Gonna is green because he is meeting the standard. It looks like just he and Wana are the only ones meeting the standard right now. The other three, a little work to do with them. And you also note that over here, the proficiency estimate is NA at this point. And I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm going to close that up. Whoops, I sorted it. All right, from the screen, I could also enter my grades just like you have in the past. I come over here and expand that, and you can see I have the same screen that you saw back previous on the assignments page. I can click here, fill score comments, and do the same thing that I did back on the assignments page, but I can do it from here instead, and I have my same options available here as well. I'm going to close that because what I want to do here is I want to add another assignment. So I can do that on this screen, and you see it opens up the assignment right away. We're going to just quickly call this Essay 2. And in this case, we're just going to focus on grammar and organization, and that's going to be it on this one. We're going to save that, and now I can come in here, enter each score individually. All right, most of them again were 3. So I'm going to fill all. Now you notice as soon as I did that, now we have a proficiency estimate. So you can see based on their previous scores, the power law has determined where these students currently are. And if you hover over them, you see it gives you information on the particular student. Power law is underlined because that's the one that this is being calculated on. And you can see it lists going to be scores there. And again, I can make comments and do whatever I did back on the other screen as well. Now if I go back to Gradebook, I need to save. Gradebook has been saved because I turned that option on because I know I need it. If I select on Gradebook, you can see it's going to take a while because we need to load Java again. If you notice in the beta Gradebook, Java didn't load, and you also notice the font size was quite a bit larger, and that's something I know a number of people really complained about with the Gradebook in Java. Because it's a Java application, there's nothing you can do unless you change your computer resolution, and it just messed up your whole screen. But if you want to come back to the old gradebook that you're familiar with, it's still here and it will look the same as it always did. You see it defaulted to term score. I'm going to go to organization because I think that's where I entered the second score. And you have all the same, that's the same screen that you're familiar with from the past. So I hope this was helpful, and certainly welcome your feedback and any suggestions you have on how to clarify things more, and certainly any questions you have. Please don't forget to access your building teacher coaches, Carolyn Babbitt, Kevin Brown, Brent Barnett, Mary Haskell, and there are a number of others around the building who are certainly very competent and skilled in using Campus who could help you as well.